Right now at noon, authorities identify the 20-year veteran officer who died in the line of duty this week.
We've got abundant sunshine out there across the area. Still a little bit on the chilly side, but warmer weather on the way as well. We'll break it all down coming up.
And the president reveals more details about those flying objects shot down by the U.S. military.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Kansas City police released the names of the officer and police dog who were killed in the line of duty Wednesday night. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, the KCPD is mourning the loss of 2 of its own. 20-year veteran James Mulbauer and his K9 partner Champ were in a police vehicle on patrol when they were struck by another car. Morgan Mobley has more.
A somber start to the day, lowering flags to half staff at the Kansas City Police Department following heartbreak overnight.
And in a moment, we lost them. Our department is hurting. We're sad. And we're shaken.
Officer James Mulbauer and his K9 Champ were in a police car on patrol when a car struck them in the area of Truman Road and Benton Boulevard. They did not survive. Officers made sure they could take one last ride together.
I specifically thank the North Kansas City Police Department, who transported Officer Champ to the hospital to reunite him with Officer Mulbauer. Together, both Officer Mulbauer and K9 Champ were given a hero's escort away.
A pedestrian, a man in his 50s, also died in the wreck. The driver that struck the police car was taken into custody. Right now, he is being investigated for impaired driving. The loss of Officer Mulbauer leaves a gaping hole not just on the police force, but the entire community he served.
He spent his entire career in patrol, serving, protecting, responding to emergency calls for service, including the last 3 years in the K9 unit.
Jackson County Prosecutor Gene Peters Baker calls him a hero, saying he played a pivotal part in the case of Brandon Howell.
He's the individual that killed 5 people in South Kansas City. This officer very heroically arrested Brandon Howell that night along the roadside of I-29. I fear what additional harm would have come to our community without that arrest. So we're grateful for him.
But Mulbauer was much more than his career.
He was a loving husband and a devoted father to a child who lost his best friend last night.
The pedestrian who also died in the crash has not yet been identified. Well, it is the cold before the warm. Chris Warner joins us with a first look at our ever-changing forecast.
Yeah, we've been on one heck of a roller coaster ride with temperatures. It's starting to even out a bit, but we're not done with it yet. However, at least for today, even though it's still chilly outside, take a look at this shot from 7th and Range Line. Clear skies, beautiful conditions. Same view on the south end of town from the MoDOT camera at 32nd and Range Line. Looks wonderful out there. Unfortunately, the temperatures are still a bit on the cool side. Take a look at yesterday, though. Made it up to 39, so now well below the average. 21 is where we started the day, below the average low, but again, in a thankful sense, neither of those necessarily near any records. Temperatures across the region look like this. We're up to 41 in Yates Center. Yates Center was one of the coldest spots this morning. Now they're one of the warmer spots. 39 Chanute, Parsons, Chetopa, Miami, 36 Neosho, 36 in Carthage as well. We're sitting at 37 in Joplin. So here's a look at what we're still keeping an eye on over the next few days. We got the plentiful sunshine today. That's beyond clear at this point. No pun intended. We're still watching the possibility of a shower or two as we head into Saturday, and we're still watching that warm-up as we continue into next week. So got a lot to cover, and of course, don't forget to download the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can do so by scanning that QR code there or search for it on your favorite app store. That way you can keep the forecast with you wherever you go. If you're not near your television set, you'll know what's going on in the palm of your hand. So download that app. We'll have more on the warm-up and those rain chances here in just a few minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, millions are under alerts for nasty weather across the country, including in the south. A tornado hit Ripley, Mississippi yesterday, and a possible twister ripped through Etheridge, Tennessee. The National Weather Service will be in Tennessee and Mississippi today to survey the damage. Now, this video shows a tornado touching down in Smithville, Mississippi. The strong wind knocked down large trees, power lines, and gas station pumps. To the north, Snow created dangerous near whiteout conditions in Iowa and in Wisconsin. A semi hauling cars jackknifed on the interstate, blocking traffic for hours. Well, just 3 weeks after the nation saw the disturbing footage of Tyree Nichols' violent arrest, 5 former Memphis police officers plead not guilty to second-degree murder and other charges. All 5 appeared in court for the first time this morning. Nichols' mother and stepfather were in the courtroom with their attorney as well. President Biden is calling for more specific rules for tracking and potentially shooting down unknown aerial objects. This follows the military's destruction of a suspected Chinese spy balloon and more recently 3 other flying objects. Willie James Inman has more from Washington.
President Biden says he's not sorry he ordered the U.S. military to shoot down 3 unknown aerial objects over Alaska, Canada, and Michigan. But he now believes the objects were not for spying.
The intelligence community's current assessment is that these 3 objects were most likely balloons tied to private companies, recreation or research institutions studying weather or conducting other scientific research.
The president believes they're likely not related to China's spy balloon program, unlike the large orb that floated over the U.S. before being shot down off South Carolina's coast earlier this month. CBS News has learned it was first detected in late January, launching off the south coast of China. U.S. intelligence officials believe its intended course was just over Guam and Hawaii, but winds blew it toward Alaska, across Canada, and over the continental U.S.
We shot it down, sending a clear message. The violation of our sovereignty is unacceptable.
The president says he plans to discuss the balloon incident with China's president, but overnight, the Chinese Foreign Ministry said the U.S. cannot ask for a conversation until it brings back sound and steady relations. Chinese officials said U.S. balloons have repeatedly flown into Chinese airspace. They also warned the U.S. must stop any form of official contact with Taiwan, a country that China says it still controls. In what could further escalate tensions, the Financial Times reports the Pentagon's top China official just arrived in Taiwan for a visit. And Taiwanese officials say they too have found a Chinese balloon on one of their outlying islands. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Washington.
That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, a new series aims to fight back against a grassroots battle focused on dismantling Black history education. And later, we're making Scandinavian cabbage soup in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. This Sunday, CBS News, in collaboration with BET, is launching a new series focused on features and news that affect the Black community. As Skylar Henry reports, America in Black shines a light on untold stories, providing opportunities to address timely issues.
A grassroots battle is underway to dismantle Black history education.
You need to be arrested!
And the premiere episode of America in Black takes it on.
You're teaching children to hate others because of their skin color.
The monthly news magazine will focus on original storytelling and newsmaker profiles from the Black point of view.
If we do our job right, you've got a fuller perspective than you've seen before.
Former BET news anchor Ed Gordon is back after an 18-year hiatus, joining a lineup of award-winning journalists to examine issues from banning Black history education.
What are they actually mad about?
To my deep dive into the growing tactic of using rap lyrics in court cases, and how often those words are considered to be fiction versus truth.
I'm going 80 fake and 20% real.
Yeah.
Like, really, because you got to listen to what they really saying. Like, I don't think everybody done really shot somebody or, you know, but hey, that's what people like to hear.
I'm saying 90-10.
Really?
The premiere also features a profile with original dream girl Cheryl Lee Ralph, living her best life.
This is what believing looks like.
The series aims to bring a wider lens to important issues, including perspectives that are too often neglected.
Now we have an opportunity to strip away maybe some of the pleasantries we had put on racism and inclusion, and really deal with it from an aspect of truth. We've got to find a way to, eradicate the division. It won't be easy, but it's a fight we all have to have.
A fight illuminated with lights and cameras to explore untold stories about the American experience. Skylar Henry, CBS News, New York.
America in Black debuts this Sunday at 9 p.m. Episodes will be available on BET Plus and the CBS News streaming network. Still to come on the KOAM News at Noon, Mr. Food.
How does a hot and hearty soup that's done in less than 30 minutes sound? If you said tempting, then get ready because we're dishing it up.
And something that may be just as tempting is warmer weather, and it is on the way, but we also have some shower chances in there too. We're going to talk about all of that when we come back. Oh, we have an absolutely gorgeous but chilly day here across the four-state area. Plentiful sunshine out there. But again, just wish it was a little bit warmer. And if you're wishing it's a little bit warmer, then there's some good news for you. Those temperatures will begin to climb over the next couple of days, but we still have to get from here to there first. Taking a look at our camera at 7th and Range Line, you can see nothing but blue skies out there. It looks absolutely beautiful. We take a look at the MoDOT camera, 32nd and Range Line, nothing but blue skies out there as well. So this is, you know how we have our weather alert days. This is a sunglasses alert day. You're definitely going to want to keep them handy. All right, let's talk temperatures. Right now, still chilly, 37 in Joplin, feeling like 32 with a west breeze at 6. Goes without saying, it is absolutely sunny out there. And what is interesting here is this morning, Yates Center, we mentioned this earlier, was one of the colder spots this morning. Now, one of the, in fact, taking a look at all of this, Yates Center, Sedan, the warmest spots on our map as we head into the afternoon at 41. 39 Chanute, Parsons, Chatopa, Miami, 36 Neosho, Carthage, Lamar, Pittsburgh, and we're sitting at 38 in Fort Scott. As we go through the rest of today, these temperatures will continue to climb just a wee bit. So we get into the lower 40s. We're looking at about 42 in Joplin. This is the easy part, is we're just clear as we head into the rest of our afternoon and into the evening. We go into tonight, still clear, temperatures falling back, make it back down to 28 for our overnight low. Winds are going to start to pick up a bit later this evening, and then clouds will start to increase come tomorrow morning because we have some changes coming to the weekend, not just the warm weather, but a few other things. We're looking to be mostly cloudy Saturday and Sunday. Saturday afternoon and early evening, maybe a stray shower, 2 up to 45. Sunday, much better though, 57. And Saturday is looking to be pretty darn breezy. Let's talk about the possibility of rain first. Now on the future track as we go through the rest of today and into tonight, of course, clear. Here we are overnight, about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, we start to get clouds overspreading the area, and we become mostly cloudy as we head into the beginning of our Saturday. And then as we get into Saturday afternoon, some isolated to widely scattered showers are going to be possible across the region. So we're not talking a complete washout of rain. This is the computer saying that in these areas we could see some of those showers. And so that's what we'll have to keep an eye on, even going into Saturday evening. And then as mentioned, we're also going to have to deal with some really gusty winds. As we start our day Sunday, we're still breezy and we get a break in the clouds. We'll be clear, but by the time we get into mid-morning or so, those clouds will return. So let's talk about the winds. We start heading into early tomorrow morning. We've got those gusts anywhere from 20 to 25 miles an hour. We head through the early morning and into the afternoon, and then the overnight Sunday, we start to see wind gusts 30, 35, even upwards of 45 miles an hour heading into late Saturday and early Sunday morning. And by the time Sunday gets underway, we still have breezes 30 to 40 miles an hour, but as we head into Sunday afternoon, they'll start to calm down just a wee bit for us. So let's take a look down the road, shall we? We've got 59 on Monday, so the warming trend does continue. Maybe some evening showers, up to 62 on Tuesday. Then we're watching the possibility of rain, maybe a thunderstorm or two come Wednesday, but look at that temperature, up to 64. We'll make it to 52 on Thursday with mostly sunny skies. And we don't get too bad. We've got some showers next Friday evening, maybe 49. Could be a light wintry mix as temperatures drop a little bit Friday night, but then back up to 52 next Saturday, 54 next Sunday with some evening showers possible as well. So overall, not a bad forecast, but still a little bit of a roller coaster ride with those temperatures.
Okay, well, yeah, we're used to the roller coaster by now, but I wish it'd just stay consistently nice.
Here before too much longer, we'll make it to spring and it will be considerably better.
In the meantime, we got a little chilly temperatures tonight.
We do indeed.
Well, one of the best ways to warm up is with soup. Stick around, we're making Scandinavian cabbage soup after the break. Well, today we're making a cheesy version of a cabbage soup that's inspired by an old world recipe. Howard shows us how to make Scandinavian cabbage soup in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Usually, by the time we feel like having soup for dinner, it's too late, since most soups take hours to cook. But you don't have to worry about that with the Scandinavian-inspired soup that we're making today. It's done in less than 30 minutes from the moment you walk into the kitchen until you're ladling it up. Let me show you how it's done. We start by sauteing a good amount of chopped cabbage in some butter, along with some chopped onion, celery, and thinly sliced carrots. Once everything is tender, which only takes about 10 minutes, we add a can of cream-style corn, frozen peas, some milk, chicken broth, and lots of off-the-shelf spices. And we let it simmer for about 15 minutes. And then right before serving, we stir in some shredded cheddar cheese, and that's it. Now, if you want to lighten this up, you can use olive oil instead of butter or a reduced fat cheddar. There you have it, a hot and hearty soup that's ready to serve in no time at all. And the taste is truly amazing. So what are you waiting for? To get the recipe for what we call Scandinavian cabbage soup, head over to our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a warm-me-up way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
And we kind of need that today. You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4-state market prices.
All right, still chilly today, up to 42. Breezy tomorrow, 45, maybe some afternoon showers. Nice on Sunday, though, 57. Still cloudy, 59 Monday, evening showers, 62 Tuesday. More rain, maybe a storm or two Wednesday, and 64. And then down a little bit to 52 by next Thursday.
All right, what do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, a lot at 5 for starters. How much can COVID infections boost our natural immunity? And Health Watch, we're going to take a look at the most extensive study yet. Plus, we're finding out how recreational marijuana in Missouri is affecting recovery centers and law enforcement across state lines. And for the first time in decades, a Route 66 motel in southwest Missouri is fully open and welcoming visitors. Hope you join us for those stories, a lot more. KOAM News at 5.
All right, well, I'm ready for this cold week to be over.
It
ready
almost
for a
is.
nice warm weekend.
It almost is.
We can get there.
In fact, your weekend starts in about 2 minutes.
Yes, it'll be nice.
Yes, indeed.
All right, well, thanks for joining us for the KOAM News at Noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.